Good morning, Dan Joss. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. So the markets last year, you always hear the market update and stuff, and you see a little ticker across the bottom of the news screen and all these things. But I haven't heard from Dan Joss how the markets did last year.
They did well last year.
They did well?
Yeah.
And what are we thinking about for the markets this year?
They'll probably do well.
Okay.
In fact, here's a tidbit of information for you. Actually, specifically, the S&P 500 last year was up 28%. International stocks were up about half of that,
Okay.
12%. And of the international, that was interesting. Czech Republic was up 50%. France was up 18%. Turkey was down 28%. So when we say the markets were up, that's a very broad statement.
It is.
Because lots of things are up and lots of things are down within that good year we had last year.
And probably most Americans, the everyday Joe,
Inflation was up 7% last year.
really?
That was just announced recently.
Okay. And was that our inflation or overseas?
That was our inflation.
Okay.
What led to that? Crude, unleaded gas up 60%, cotton up 40%, wheat 14%. And interesting, gold and silver were both negative on the year.
Well, that's not what the guy on
So
TV
again,
says.
sometimes things goes up and sometimes things go down.
Yeah, I would expect so.
But the point I wanted to make earlier was when you said, how's this year going to be?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, it should be all right. Doesn't mean it's going to go up or down. But historically speaking, if we look back, if you've invested at the top of the market, the question is, what happened 1 year later? And the answer is, over 80% of the time, the market increased. And the average of that increase was over 12%.
And is that in volume or is that in value?
Value.
Value.
And we could kind of say that makes sense. Over the last year, we had over 70 new highs in the market,
Okay.
right? It just keeps going up. Just because we're at a new high doesn't mean the market will fall.
Okay.
And so chances are, 8 out of 10, the market will go up again because we're at a new high.
So we're at a new. Okay. Right. Okay.
Although now we're not at a new high because
We're not.
last month happened. We have 2 or 3 weeks since the end of the year, and the market's
Okay. Market's going down.
large growth has gone down 8 to 10%, and large value has continued to go up 8 to 10%. So even within a month, things change.
And I think that's interesting that you point out the difference between growth and value, because not everybody picks up that they're not the same.
Well, and that is masked when we talk about the market. The market is made up of thousands of companies.
Okay.
And actually recently, the FANG stocks,
The what stocks?
The FANG stocks, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, those kind of stocks.
Oh, okay. I
They're-
thought we were talking about wolves with big fangs coming at us.
That was October.
That was October. Okay.
Those make up most of a good amount of the market.
Okay.
And so of that 20+% return, a lot of it was those few companies.
Okay.
And so the other thousands of companies also go up and down.
Gotcha.
And those will shine at different times.
Okay.
Because it's true that the big 5 companies last year were not the same big 5 companies 20 years ago,
No, that's true.
nor the decade before that.
20 years ago, you could have bought into them for next to nothing.
And 40 years ago, they weren't around.
Right.
So we'll see what this year brings.
Okay.
But it'll be a good year. And referring to our other talk, we have our own goals, and they may not be whatever the market does.
That is very true. So if somebody wanted to call and chat with you about the stock market and such, because we're going to have some peaks and valleys, and it's a complicated market with 128 different countries,
Lots of countries, lots of companies.
and all those figure into when somebody says, and the market did such and such.
That's right.
That's a lot of stuff to calculate and ponder and analyze.
Well, and mostly we're worried about our markets. How's my economy? the individual. I could really care little about how the stock market does.
Okay.
It's as long as it's supporting my individual economy.
There you go. Your individual economy. I like that. All right. So if they want to call and talk to you, what's the best way for them to do that?
They reach out on the phone, 757-903-2127, or our website is jossbrown.com.
All right. Well, we appreciate you being here so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.